Hi, welcome to Train Signal. My name is Bill Coulterman, and I'll be your instructor. This is an introductory video to the SharePoint 2013 administration course. At the time I'm recording this, SharePoint 2013 is still fairly new, and I'm excited to possibly be your first exposure to it. SharePoint 2013 has some exciting new features and many improvements over the previous versions. Throughout the course, I'll be taking you step by step through the process of getting a small two-tier SharePoint farm up and running and fully functional. We'll be acting as the SharePoint administrator for Globomantics. Globomantics is our imaginary international trading company that I and several of my colleagues have used for the past several years here at Train Signal to help us illustrate realistic examples for our training. In our scenario, the Chicago office of Globomantics wants to set up an internal intranet using SharePoint 2013, and you'll be able to observe as I go through that process. Throughout the course, you'll watch as I demonstrate from end to end the installation and configuration of SharePoint 2013, along with detailed explanations of what I'm doing and why. Now we're going to set up our SharePoint farm with a basic installation consisting of some of the most popular and commonly used features. I'll be using a combination of both physical and virtual servers to create this course. Each of them will be running Server 2012. We're also going to be using Exchange 2013, SQL Server 2012, and Windows 8 on our client machines. For some of you, this may be your first exposure to those products as well. Our journey begins with us performing an installation of SQL Server 2012 for use with SharePoint. At this point, we'll prepare our SharePoint server for the installation and then go through the installation process itself. Along the way, we'll cover topics like SharePoint topology and the logical architecture of SharePoint. We'll walk through the farm configuration wizard and learn about managed paths and managed accounts. You'll learn how to create web applications, site collections, and sites. And I'm even going to show you how to configure popular service applications like the search service, the managed metadata service, and the often maligned user profile service. We'll configure incoming and outgoing email in SharePoint and perform all of the tasks necessary to allow for the creation of My Sites. This will give us the opportunity to explore some of the features of SharePoint Social. And lastly, we'll install and configure the Office Web Apps server for use with SharePoint 2013. Now I know it may seem like a lot, but don't worry. I'll be right there with you, guiding you step by step, and we're going to have a lot of fun while we're doing it. Now whether you've worked with the previous versions of SharePoint or this is your first exposure to it, this course is going to be a great introduction to the installation and configuration process for SharePoint 2013. My goal for this course is simple. It's that by the end you'll be familiar enough with SharePoint to set up your own fully functional farm so that you can continue to explore and learn about all the wonderful features and capabilities that SharePoint has to offer. We've got a lot of work ahead of us, so let's go ahead and let's get started.